Yes, go ahead and start us.
Hello and welcome to Opportunity Home San Antonio's regular board meeting. Please note this meeting will be recorded in its entirety. And a reminder to turn your microphone on to speak. The red light will turn on when your microphone is active.
Can we come to order, please?
Okay, go ahead. That's all right.
I will now begin to conduct
Okay,
Commissioner
sorry.
roll call.
They'll stop.
Chair, Gabriel Lopez.
Present.
Vice Chair, Gilbert Casillas.
President.
Commissioner Dalia Contreras. Commissioner Estrellita Garcia Diaz.
Present.
Commissioner Janet Garcia. Commissioner Leela Powell.
Present.
Commissioner Vincent Robinson.
Present.
Doug Ponick, Board of Commissioners Attorney.
I'm here.
President and CEO Ed Hinojosa Jr.
I'm here.
And located at the back of the room is an interpreter for English and Spanish should you need them. You may call the meeting to order.
Thank you. The Board of Commissioners or its committee may hold a closed meeting pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071-076 for consultation concerning attorney-client matters, real estate, litigation, personnel, and security matters. The board or committee reserves the right to enter into closed meeting at any time during the course of the meeting. Do we have citizens?
We have two citizens signed up to speak. The first is Angela Perriman.
Good afternoon to the board and those assembled. My name is Angela Forney. I'm here on behalf of my sister, Sandra Perryman. We just found out today that they stopped paying on her apartment. She's been living in a mold-infested apartment for about 7 or 8 months. They totally destroyed her bathroom. She wasn't able to bathe or anything. There was water just standing. She went numerous times to the office complaining about the water, and they said they would fix it, they would come and do something, and the water would reappear. Also, like I said, we just found out today that they're not paying. She's been paying her rent. She's been in the apartment complex for about 10 years. She's been faithfully paying her rent. Around July, my sister ended up in the hospital. She fell trying to transfer from her bed to her wheelchair. She was there for about a month, so we thought that would be plenty enough time to give them to fix her apartment. She was discharged around August the 5th. Going back and forth to the apartment, still no progress was being made. Also, she ended up having to come home with me. We've been going back and forth around August, I believe. The regional manager got involved, and they had said that her apartment had passed inspection, and really want to know how did it pass inspection if they stopped paying on it. They were trying to move her to another apartment, and they said that they weren't going to pay for it. But then they decided that they would, but then they found an apartment and it wasn't wheelchair accessible. So, like I said, they started making repairs. The repairs were less than satisfactory. Someone even defecated in her toilet and left it there. My sister's never used her toilet. You know, she's in a wheelchair and she doesn't, you know, use the toilet to use the bathroom. Like I said, they had electrical sockets that were put in upside down. The cleanup was terrible. Apartment frequently checking her mail, getting her diapers and what have you. There was more mold found in the front closet and also her clothes closet. They said that they would fix that as well. Like I said, she has been on her own, you know, very independent for being paraplegic. You know, she does quite well. Like I said, it's been very frustrating for her. She's in this situation through no fault of her own, and she's depressed. You know, the little independence that she did have, she's lost it. And to me, the system has been, the treatment of her has been inhumane, and we're here now just asking for your help. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next citizen is Susan Baldwin.
Hi, my name is Susan Baldwin. I'm a resident from Cottage Creek Apartments, which is under your Beacon Property Division, the nonprofit. We did pretty good last night for our night out. Better than last year, I'm happy to say. I think we had up to 50, between 40 and 50 people at least. We got the banner. I sent pictures to Melissa, so she shares them to you, because I sent them both to the coordinator, Melissa, and then the main email for the apartments, so you guys can see how it went and who showed up and what was done. Great door prizes. They had like blankets. Last one was one of those fryers, and then one of our partners was kind enough to bring out a heater and a lamp for a door prize, so that was great, even to help us out. Also, I have a few thoughts. During getting ready for Night Out, I went to several events where they had tons of information on safety, information on how to get rid of meds that are no longer valid and good for people, and not, where to put them, throw them differently. They have packets and things that you can use that are safe to use. And part of me is thinking that maybe when you guys do your Mother's Day event and your Father's Day event, if you can invite some of those types of partners here, because I'll bring to the next, when they do the next town hall meeting, I'll try to bring a couple of business cards of people that maybe you might want to look into to have come out to those events, because they have great information. And that would come in handy for your residents and everything. I'm happy to say I see they put a box in so that eventually when it's ready to go, if the mailman puts mail in our mailbox and it's the wrong mailbox, or if someone needs to mail something out, we will have a drop box now. It's just waiting, I guess, for a couple of more things, but I'm glad to say they did that. That's great. And I think, and then if we get events going again, I think we'll get more and more people coming out. But the ones I spoke to last night, they were happy we did. They liked being out. They liked talking to each other, communicating with each other, listening to the music that maintenance was so kind to play for us. So they enjoyed it. They want more. If you ask me, are they going to do anything for Christmas or Thanksgiving? I don't know. But, maybe they will. I mean, they might do Christmas because, it's so close together. And I've already told Isabella, our coordinator and management, that in April I'll be bugging them to see if we can start sending out for Night Out early so I can get them more vendors and more help. And then also maybe do an Easter egg with Resource Fair in March. I'll be bugging them in November on that one. So I just thought I'd give you a heads up of a few things that have happened. And Stephanie, Melissa, and Laura helped me understand something else that had to do with my Section 8. So I want to say thank you for those ladies talking to me, a couple of them today, before this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. With no others, we'll move to the minutes. We need approval of our minutes from the September 6th regular board meeting, our special board meeting, and the Operations and Real Estate Committee meeting.
I make a motion for approval.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Okay.
Mr. Chair, before we move on, I'd like to make a comment. First, I want to thank Brandy for allowing me to spend the day with her yesterday at San Antonio Neighbors Together. I think between her and I, we visited probably about 16 properties, and then I visited another 4 after we split up. But I want to put out a big thanks to all the property staff members for an excellent job that they did. All the properties that I visited, residents were having a good time. They were enjoying what was there. the vendors that were there were giving a lot of information and had prizes for them also. So to all the property staff members, I just want to extend my thanks to all of you, and hopefully from all the board members for the incredible job that you all did yesterday.
Great, thank you. Also, a little bit of logistics. We were notified that there will be a national warning sent out to everybody's mobile phones. So we're expecting that at 1:20, correct? At 1:20. So although we probably will be in the middle of a presentation, there'll be a slight disruption for that emergency broadcast. Okay, we'll move to the consent items on the agenda. With no questions, I can call for a motion to approve consent items 4 through 7.
So moved.
We have a motion to accept consent items 4 through 7. All in favor? Or, I'm sorry, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent items carry. Okay, we'll move to the individual items. Item number 8, consideration and approval regarding Resolution 6389, authorizing the sale of the Costa Morada project, the vacant land located adjacent thereto, and the contribution of funds to pay off debt and operating deficits and other matters in connection therewith. Miranda Castro, Director of Asset Management. There she is.
I'm sorry. I wanted to go around and talk.
My apologies. So this is the item that was in closed session, and my request is to continue this item in closed session.
Okay. So we'll move item number 8 to close. Can I assume we'll move item number 9
Yes,
as
sir.
well? Okay.
Thank you.
We'll revisit those upon returning.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We'll move to item number 10, consideration and approval regarding Resolution 6396 and 23 LVPFC-09-30 concerning the application of Coven Estuary Development Group or an affiliate thereof relating to the proposed financing of the greater of $50 million or 1.7% of the state volume cap, not to exceed $65 million of the cost of the acquisition, construction, and equipping of the Fields of Somerset Apartments project to be located at approximately 12571 Somerset Road, and other matters in connection therewith. Susan, yeah, you're up, Susan.
I'm here. So I do have some guests who will assist with this presentation. Today we're seeking authority to file applications relating to the proposed Fields at Somerset Apartments. Note that the title on the Resolution 6396 is slightly different from the title listed on the agenda. This is due to timing issues with securing the resolutions and posting the agenda. So first slide. So I took your advice and I did an overview, and so and I'll go through the items. So today we're requesting approval for bond inducement. The approval will allow the project to get in line for a bond reservation. The anticipated action will occur in the summer of 2024. If we're successful, the developer will get a bond reservation letter that specifies the amount and a trigger date. The developer will then have 180 days to close. At this point, Opportunity Homes San Antonio has no financial obligations in the project or participation commitment except for bond inducement. The developer will complete a financial package at a later date and submit it to us for review. And at that point, we will have an opportunity to assume a larger role that may even include being a general partner. Next slide. So now my esteemed colleagues will give you some information on the development project. So we have two gentlemen from Cohen Esri, Tim Alcott and Stan Waterhouse.
Hello, everybody. So Stan Waterhouse didn't realize how efficiently this board was going to be running, so he stepped out for a call thinking this wouldn't happen this quickly. That would be on the agenda. So well done, Chairman. So I'm Tim Alcott, and I used to work at Opportunity Home some time ago. Won't say how long, but not too long ago. And I worked here for 17 years and really loved it, loved the people here. And Anyway, so I worked here for 17 years, and now I work for Cohen Esri. Cohen Esri is a national developer. They have about 18, 4% deals we're working on right now across the country. And this one here is called Fields at Somerset. It's on the south side. We have a couple other 4% in the area. It's not that far from Toyota. And so that area is growing, a lot of workforce housing. The challenge, the challenge right now with any 4%, I talked to the city about this, and all these 4%, there's financial gaps. And so we're putting this in, we're going to try and figure this thing out at the end of the day. But I was talking to the city that, they said the 4% that they're seeing, that everyone's seeing, $3, $4, or $5 million gaps on these deals because the interest rates are high and the construction costs are high. This one's a good one because the area of town is in a QCT or a qualified census tract, which means you get a 30% basis boost on the tax credit, so you get more equity. And so that will help. It's also, there we are.
There it is.
Muriel?
We'll give it through. It's got to cycle through everybody's, I assume.
But yeah, there was the timing. But this is but going back, this is a 4%. It does have gaps. So we're going to hopefully figure this out. This is just an inducement resolution, and what that means is it allows us to apply for bonds. And if you get the bonds, you automatically get the tax credits. And so this is like step one. You will see this project, if y'all decide you would like to be a partner on the deal, at least two more times. We typically go to the board 3 times, and this is a non-binding resolution. But when I just talked to this site with Ed, and one of the reasons I like Cohen Esri is 4 of the 5 people that are directors of real estate used to work for housing authorities or cities that used to oversaw housing authorities like in Minnesota. And so they have a little bit different mindset, and so really want to work with housing authorities or government agencies. And so when I was talking to Ed about this, if you decide ultimately to go forward with this, and it's rare, I think Commissioner Powell probably has seen these pro formas, but we're not asking for any of the cash flow on the deal, so it's just a 70-30 split of the developer fees if we went forward. And we don't take any of the cash flow, and that's very atypical. So if you look at the other developers in town, most of the time they're taking a bigger piece of it, and so I just want to point that out. And we don't have an in-house construction company. I think when I used to work with Diana Feeler and others about this, you always wondered about the construction pricing and everything. So it's a third-party open books type of relationship. So we're not doing it in-house, and so it's really is separate, and you can see who's getting paid what. But also because we're not taking any of the cash flow, we're agnostic on what the AMIs are. I mean, to make the deal work, there's already a gap, and on a 4%, the average is 60% AMI. But we allow for income averaging, and so if you want some that are deeper affordable or some less, we're not participating in the cash flow. You get all the cash flow. So however that works out, we're open to it. And we're going to have a market study done. I talked to Ed about this, that we'll see what the need is. It's probably a lot more workforce housing, I'm guessing. And if you're doing 0 to 30% AMI units, typically you want to be near a bus station and certain services. Other areas of town further away, sometimes it's more workforce housing, but y'all can ultimately make the decision on how y'all like that, because there's definitely a need down there, and we'll definitely will occupy it. So I'm just asking for today is approval of the inducement resolution, and so that's just applying for the bonds. If it's a lottery because they're already always overprescribed, and then when we bring it back, we will have some time to do. We get the land. You have to do some environmentals, do all the due diligence on that, and then we'll meet with staff about what the AMIs are and what the interest rates are at this point in time, construction costs, and hopefully be able to get the thing done, because it does have a gap now. We thought about selling some land in the front or things like that because it's so many acres to try and drop that gap, but we're going to try and figure it out. There's no guarantees, but we'll definitely continue to talk to you about it all the cost of this application is on us. It's not costing you anything. And I just ask for approval for the inducement resolution that's non-binding to you all. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody have any questions with regards to it? Okay, and I think it's important to note, to reiterate what he had said with regards to the deal, these types of transactions. You don't see the mix today, but we will see the mix later, and then we'll have some participation in that in terms of what we're going to require or expect. So, with no other questions.
I do have a question, Chairman, about the other committed sources of financing for the project, if there are any other public or private sector supports in the project at this time.
I'll defer that to Tim.
Yeah. So we, in our pro forma, our rough one, we asked for a multifamily direct loan from the TDHCA. If there's money that comes available from the city or something like that, I'm sure we'll look at it, but we do not have that either. We also we're looking at potentially figuring out if we could get some net $0, or if there's any way we can make this net zero. Obviously, we have a gap already, but we're looking at, I think it's called a 45L loan for energy efficiency. And so we're looking at MDL, multifamily direct loan, a 45L loan, and the other ones we don't have it figured out yet. So if you have any money, we'd love it.
One additional source of cash that we discussed in an earlier version of this, not this particular transaction, is that if we are able to get deeply affordable units, we would also contribute money towards the land purchase and things of that sort. So those sorts of things haven't been discussed at this point on this transaction, but we're open to that as well.
Okay, with no other questions, I'll accept a motion. This is where one of y'all say something.
Chairman, I move that we approve the proposed resolution.
Okay, we have a motion to approve Resolution 6396. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All righty, thank you. Let's see. We'll go ahead and we'll do the president's report, and then we'll do the other organization, the other minutes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a busy month. We celebrated the Hispanic Heritage Month, and this involved, on September 20th, we heard from presentations about Cuba, Mexico, and Puerto Rico, and we also had employees able to sample food from different regions in Latin America. The FADA Legislative Conference was from September 17th through 19th, and we had a commissioner and some staff that attended, and in addition to the conference, they were able to also advocate for additional funding for us with the congressional representatives we have. We held an employee safety fair on October 13th. The West Side Reinvestment Initiative is the Marisol homes that we're building on the west side. So as you know, we have 25 new homes scheduled for construction, and we received some bond money for this to help with the affordability. And so this was an information session. We are very happy that the City of San Antonio, in their annual budget, allocated $1 million to Opportunity Home as part of their Accessibility and Operations Fund. This is the first time in history that we'll be receiving funding directly from the City of San Antonio as part of their budget. Aaron Elizondo, who's our Manager of Policy and Operations Support, was appointed to a 2-year term on SAW's Capital Improvements Advisory Committee. We participated in the 16 de Septiembre parade. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for attending. And many staff members also attended that event. We held our town hall meeting with residents on September 14th. There were people attending in person, also virtual attendance, and HUD was also present for the meeting. We participated in a resource fair at Haven for Hope on September 15th. And we held I believe it's our third lease-up fair this year, in order to try to get landlords connected with voucher holders that are searching for homes. Michael Reyes has been appointed to serve on the Housing Commission. And another comment about the Accessibility and Modernization Fund, Council Member Terry Castillo was very instrumental in getting that passed, and we thank her for that work. We were a recipient of the HAI group, who's our insurance company, the 2023 Risk Management Award in the category of employee safety. We received honorable mentions in risk management, risk champion, collaboration with local community organizations, best use of grant funds, and resident safety awards. And of course, we swore in our new commissioners a month ago on September 6th. We met with Casiano, COPS, Metro, District 5, and the mayor's office to talk to them about the short and long-term needs at Casiano and our plans moving forward. A federal grants roundtable was held with Congressman Greg Casar, and he provided information on the general process of contacting his office. And he's been very supportive of our requests in the past. On September 9th, we held a meeting, thank you commissioners that attended, to inform residents of the plans for Lincoln Heights. There were some questions now that we have a master plan about the timing. So there were various residents that participated, and then some of the commissioners had a chance to tour a couple of the units. And then finally, the campaign for grade level reading selected Opportunity Home to be part of their honor roll for 2023. And we'll use this to leverage our resources to increase reading proficiency for our residents. And that concludes the President's report.
Great, okay. We are not going to go to the nonprofits because there's some items in closed session that we'll be discussing that pertain to it. So we'll push those to when we come back. With that being said, would you like to read us into closed session, Council?
Yes, sir, absolutely. The board will be convening in closed session under sections 551.072 and 551.071 of the Texas Government Code to consult with the attorney regarding real estate matters involving Costa Mirada, Artisan at Salado Falls, and the Fields at Somerset Apartments. The time is 1:30.
Oh. Trick or treat. Huh? You want to read us? Bring us back? Okay, we are back in open session. Did you want, you say it, I say it, are we recording already, or we're good to go? Okay. I will accept a motion for items number 8 and 9 on the regular board meeting.
I so move.
We have a motion to approve as written items number 8 and 9. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, dueling. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Items number 8 and 9 are passed. We're going to move to our,
You can adjourn this meeting? Yeah.
oh, yeah. Will we recess or we adjourn this one first?
No, because we're not coming back to it, so
Okay.
now we can adjourn.
Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn the regular board meeting.
So move.
Second?
Second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Regular board meeting is adjourned. Okay, we will open the Las Vadas Public Facility Corporation. And do we need to go through roll call or any? Because,
It's, as a matter of course, as long as it's noted.
okay. No board member has left, so we were also present.
Well,
We'll go
Leila
into,
joined us.
say again?
Was Leila here at roll call?
She was here for
Okay.
roll call. Actually, should we have, well, it's already passed, but Commissioner Garcia joined us after roll call in the. Oh, okay, good, okay. That being said, I'll call this meeting to order. Do we have any citizens for Los Vadas? Okay. That being said, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes of September 6th.
I move to approve the minutes of September 6th.
Okay. We have a motion to approve the minutes. We have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The minutes carry. I'll take a motion to approve consent items for Las Vadas Public Facility Corporation 4, 5, 6, and 7.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve the consent items. Second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent items for Las Vadas pass. Do we have to take a motion to adjourn, or can I just adjourn? Okay, we'll adjourn the Las Vadas Public Facility, and we'll go into the San Antonio Housing Development Corporation meeting. All board members remain present. Call the meeting to order. We have citizens? None? I'll take a motion to approve minutes of the June 7th meeting. Probably would need to be you or I, because they weren't here.
That's true. So move.
Okay, I will second for the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those carry. We have, bless you, by the way, we have a consent item also for the San Antonio Housing Development Corporation. I'll take a motion to approve that one.
So move.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
This motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That one moves as well. I'll adjourn that meeting. Now we'll go to the San Antonio Housing Facility Corporation.
Wait.
All of the board members remained. We're good. Calling the meeting to order. No citizens. We have minutes for the September 6th meeting.
Was that housing facility?
We're in the Housing Facility Corporation.
Okay, there was consent items 4, 5, and 6. Did we?
Yeah, we approved this.
Okay, I thought you only did 4.
No, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's it. Housing Facility Corporation, we got minutes to approve from September 6th. Anyone can approve this one. Y'all were all here.
So moved.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a first and a second for the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes pass. We have consent items 4, 5, and 6. I'll take a motion on those consent items.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those consent items pass, and we are adjourned from that one. It is 2:10. Okay, we're all done. Leila, you can make your meeting. Oh, so can you. You got to get on
I
the
can
road.
get to Austin.